Alright, how you doing everybody? Since there isn't a video on YouTube right now, I thought I'd make one. This is a 2009 Hyundai Sonata. Removing the rear deck lid from inside the car. So we go around here, open up the door. It's pretty straightforward. It's easy, but it takes a little bit of time because there's a lot of pieces. So if you want to fold down the rear seats, you'll find this trim that goes around the outside of the opening here. Just remove all those screws, both sides, and take this off. Make sure you got a good place to set your screws so you don't lose them. After that, I realized that I wasn't going to be able to do anything until I removed the bottom of the seat bottom, which is okay. If you come down here, there's one bolt that's right there. I know it's hard to see, the bolt holes right there. Remove that bolt. Under the front seat will be this slot right here. Just push the button. There's a button on the bottom of the seat. Just push that and pop it up. And there's one on the other side and the bolt on the other side, and the seat will come right out. So once you have that, you can fold that down. You will need to take the side bolsters off. There's a bolt underneath here, and I've taken the liberty of already taking it off. There's a clip right here in the top. Once you unbolt it, just wiggle it back and forth. It helps to have both the doors open. It'll come out of this slot right here. So you take those out, and then I was able to pull this panel off over here. This is by far probably the harder part of it because of all the clips on the back side. You'll first have to undo the SRS badge and unscrew the screw. Pop out the 5 clips, and then take those out. It has this tab on the side, on the bottom, which fits into the rear deck lid right back here. So you won't be able to take that out without getting those off of there. So once that was it, I removed all the pieces. You can flip up these if you want to. Flip these up if you need to. If you're going to take this piece out of the car, you will need to undo the bolt that goes right here for the seat belt. That looks like probably a 14 millimeter. All the other bolts in the car for the seats and the seat bolsters are 12 millimeter. I used various panel clips to pop the panels off, and the Phillips head screwdriver. Make sure you have one of these magnetic telescoping screw retrieval tools. They come in handy if you happen to drop one of the seats or drop one of the screws down behind the seat. So once that's it, there's a yellow clip right about here, and then there's another yellow clip right about here. Those are the only two. You can lift this up. Hold on. You can lift this up and slide your hand underneath it to pop that clip. Once that's done, slide one side out first. If you try and slide it straight back, it's not gonna work so well. So you have to lift it up and slide, and I'll show you why. Slide one side out, and then it'll just drop down. At first I thought it was the seat belts that were holding it up, but it actually wasn't. There's this big knob of foam that's pretty hard. It goes down inside what would be the subwoofer, but my car didn't come with that. So here's one of the clips now. Don't lose those. They just snap in there. There's one there, and then there's one there. And then, like I said before, if you wanted to unbolt the seat belts, undo these and they'll just slide right through and you can take this out. Make sure when you take it out though, before you yank it all the way out, that you undo the clip for the third brake light. It's only like 4 inches long, so you might be able to get it a little bit, but reach your hand under there. It's an easy clip. You just push down on that and slide it out. I did notice that there was these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and they'll fit into these grooves here, into these slots. So make sure when you're putting it back in that you get those right in there and push it back. Push the deck lid back as far as it can go. Make sure the third brake light is lined up. It has a tendency to go side to side a little bit. And right now I'm gonna wipe everything down, clean it off with some alcohol and put some sound deadening up here, and then put all the pieces back. I did notice as I work on the car, you'll come across these ground points throughout the there's a couple up front. They're all over the place. I did notice that Hyundai, probably most of the manufacturers, they don't scrape this away to bare metal before putting it in, so it's just sitting on paint, and they're using the screw as the ground point. So what I like to do is when I find these, unscrew them, sand this down to bare metal, and then screw them back again. Maybe shoot a little bit of clear coat over it just to help seal it up from the bare metal. There's another one here for the defroster. I'll probably do that one too. Before I do though, I'll make sure that I have the negative on the battery terminal disconnected. And that's about it. It took me about a half an hour, 40 minutes, because I had to figure everything out, where all the clips were and how things came off. The side bolsters were kind of a pain, and then these panels up here, there's a lot of clips on there. Just be careful of the side impact airbag mechanism there. And that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. I thought for a second when I was pulling this out that the seat belts were getting caught, but it was these big foam pieces stuck on here, and then these clips over here. The seat belts are you know, don't have any tension on them. So that's about it. The 2009 Hyundai Sonata rear deck lid removal video is about complete. Like I said, I'm just going to clean this off, wipe it down, and put some sound deadening. This thing, it rattles like crazy, and there's a bunch of holes. There's a big gap back there that goes to the trunk. I'll probably be sealing some of these holes up. Just make sure you don't seal that one up. That's for the you know, the undoing the third brake light so you can change the light bulb. So other than that, there's another hole over in that corner that I'll probably be sealing up. Every now and then I'll find pieces of foam rubber that they've wedged into spots. I like to keep them there. Maybe add some more. But other than that, everything looks good. I'll be putting some sound deadening on this too. This is, I don't know what it's made out of, but it's pretty chintzy, pretty flimsy. Just make sure everything's all tightened up and rattle free. Alright everybody, rock on.